What up, y'all? It's your boy Video 4.0. It's good to see y'all. Listen, I wanted to talk about the music business because I think a lot of artists, especially independents, really have this shit really fucked up. And I just want to come to you guys and give it to you straight so that you guys can get a better understanding into investing in your craft and how important this thing is. I think a lot of us think that the music business is 80% music and 20% business, but y'all got that shit flipped. You see, this shit is about 80% business and 20% music. I might even go as far as to say this shit is really like 90% business, 10% music. But I don't want to mess with a lot of y'all dreams. I got my phone here with some notes I want to make to you guys because I feel like you need to hear it, because a lot of you guys are kind of living in this dream world and you really think that all you got to do is just put out the music and that's it. Well, it goes way beyond that. It goes, you got to put out the music and then your hard work starts. But I don't want to get too far off subject. This shit ain't for the lazy people. You can't just think you're going to put out some music and voila, shit just going to pop off for you. You got to hustle after that, which means it's better if you have a team. If you got a team, the more you can delegate responsibilities and get job done. I'm going to move forward because we already touched on that. Number two, don't come into the music industry or go into somebody's studio thinking you don't need a budget. You need a budget. If you don't have a budget, don't call a studio. Try to go do something off on your own. I know it probably is really, really hard because you don't have the resources, but I'm going to just say this to you. Try not to waste people's time. People don't have the time if you don't have a budget. And let me tell you this about your budget. Your budget should be, if you can't afford it twice, you probably shouldn't buy it. That's just my personal opinion. You don't have to listen to that. I am just trying to be 100 with you. I'm not trying to crush nobody's dreams. But I'm trying to keep it real with you. A lot of y'all gonna hate me after this, but the simple fact is this. If I don't tell you, nobody gonna tell you. You gonna come into somebody's studio wasting their time and wasting, serious money that they could be getting somewhere else, but you wasting time with people. You can't do that, all right? This is called life. People trying to pay bills. People got certain quotas they gotta meet, and you fucking with their time, all right? This is just for every indie artist, or if you're a major, everything goes the same, because even if you got a deal and they gave you that advance that's like $1 million advance or something like that, all that money you got to use pays for your studio time, pays for your car, pays for your rent, your house. You still got the record deal where you still got to make sure that they get what they paid you for. All right? So this goes out to everybody. This is a music business. It's not just about you putting out just one song and thinking that shit's going to pop. You got work to do after that. Let's move forward. Some of you guys, let me make sure I go right down the line. Some of you guys are trying to be somebody you're not. Stop copying people's repertoire. Stop copying people's style. You got your own style. That's why people like you. That's why people like you. That's why they fuck with you. Stop trying to be somebody else. When you're trying to be somebody else, you're not gonna gain no fans like that. Name me one person that's actually really made it off of copying somebody else's style all the way through, and they just made it. They pop it. I don't think so. And if you can name me somebody, there's probably not gonna be a lot of them that you can name. Listen to what I'm telling you, because I'm giving you these gems when I usually talk to my 4.0 team about most of this stuff, because I'm trying to brand them out. You know what I mean? But I'm trying to give you guys some gems because this stuff is important. And when you're wasting people's time and you ain't got the money or resources to keep on going after you create your music. This says contract agreements. This says agreements. This says split sheets. This is everything you can think about in the music business. Think about what you're doing. Think about what you're signing. Read it. Have a lawyer read it. Have your best friend read it. Read that shit 6 times over, because once your name is on the paper, you got to follow through with that. Now, I'm not in the business of shelving artists. You get what I'm saying? So I don't know how that shit goes. We don't shelve artists here. But the bottom line is, what I am trying to tell you guys is that at the end of the day, it's your responsibility. It's yours. Nobody else's. Your responsibility to make sure that you are taking care of after you sign the dotted line. Your job is to read the contracts. And here's the thing, and the split sheets, and the agreements, and the manager agreements, and the club agreements, and all that other shit that come with being an independent artist or a major, you need to read that. And if you can't, you need to have the budget to hire a lawyer to do that for you. We're gonna move on, but I just want you guys to think about what I'm telling you, because at the end of the day, it's your responsibility. Hold on. Now, let's move forward. Stop complaining. Stop complaining. Stop complaining about your sound. Stop complaining about the producer. Stop complaining about the engineer. If shit ain't right and you ain't really paying your money, or put it this way, if you ain't got a budget to pay, you definitely shouldn't be complaining about some engineer or some producer. It's simple as that. They there trying to help you out for nothing. Most of them ain't getting paid. For you independent artists, they're not getting paid what they should be getting paid. You feel me? So stop complaining about the engineer. Stop complaining about the sound. Stop complaining about all that stuff if you're getting it for free. And if you think for 1 second that an engineer gonna sit there and spend hours, and a producer gonna sit there and spend hours with you trying to get one project right that you ain't paying for, man, you really mistaken. Let's move forward. Stop complaining about stupid shit. You feel me? Focus on your craft, man. Show respect to those willing to work with you. New artists are the worst at this. And even some of you veterans, some of y'all are the worst at this too. You feel me? You can get better. You need to be better. I'm just saying though. On another note, I wanted to say this too, and I'm sorry, I'm just coming to you guys straight basic, straight with it, because you know what I mean. Like I've seen it all, I've heard it all, and I'm trying to get rid of all the bullshit so you guys can keep it moving forward, so you can start creating more. Because at the end of the day, you need to put out quality, but you also need to put out quantity as an independent. I'm just saying, I'm keeping it real. Let's just keep on moving forward, y'all, so that we can get through this whole thing, because it's kind of lengthy and I don't really want it to go past 10 minutes. Be flexible. Listen, in this business, if you're not flexible, that's a problem. You gotta have flexible time to move around, to go places, to show up here, to show up there. Because if you're not willing to do that, what are you doing it for? Seriously. You gotta be flexible with time as an independent. Let's keep this shit moving. Another thing that we got a problem with, we got some artists that complain about music equipment. Like, have you ever heard of such shit? Like, motherfuckers ain't got their own shit. They coming into your studio complaining about your equipment. They come into other studios. Man, I done been to like 5 or 6 different studios in Orlando. I seen artists complaining about the mic. I seen artists complaining about the speaker monitors. I seen them complaining about the... Man, I seen it all. Listen, stop. Just stop. It ain't that. Your ass ain't talented. Shit, it's getting hot up in here. Your ass ain't talented. If every studio you go to is something wrong, it's you. Fix your shit. You ain't talented. You need to study your craft a little bit more. Stop complaining about the equipment. Stop complaining about everything else except for you. It's your responsibility to get good and make good music. Moving down the line, put money into educating yourself to find out the music business. Like I told you guys before, this shit ain't cheap, but find out why it's not cheap. You know what I mean? Find out why. Don't just think that producers, engineers, and studio owners are charging you shit just to be charging you shit. We got bills to pay. It's simple. Stop it. Just stop. Stop. Jesus Christ. Like, here's the thing. I'm gonna read this to you because I wrote it. I'm gonna read it. You gotta put money into educating yourself, especially if you're a late starter in music. Because see, I see a lot of late starters think they know it all because they done went through some job business out on the outside world. They think they can come in the music industry and they know everything. Man, this shit ain't how it works. You gotta educate yourself on the music business. And you shorties out there and you youngsters out there, y'all gotta really, you got time on your hands. Put that shit into educating yourself about the music industry. Trust me, it's going to do you good in the long run. This goes for everybody in the music industry who comes in late or the young people who just starting out now. Like, seriously though, you don't know it all, veterans. You don't know it all. You know what I'm saying? Everybody learns in this business every day. This business changes day to day. You youngsters coming in, listen, educate yourself. Shit. You know, hey, we moving with y'all. We gotta listen to what y'all doing. We gotta find out what y'all doing. Producers gotta find out how to do what y'all youngsters are coming in with this shit with. You old heads, for real, y'all motherfuckers don't know everything. So stop acting like you do. We all in here to learn. Let's collab together. Let's learn from each other. That's the only way this shit gonna work. Not bashing on each other. You know what I mean? Those people in the middle, I know y'all just stuck like, what the fuck? Like, hey, put it this way. You know what I mean? We all won when it comes to the music industry. Seriously, that's just seriously said, for real. We all won. We got to learn to work together. You know what I mean? You got studios out there, you know, in competition with each other. Engineers out there. Well, this shouldn't be a competition, man. If it's done right, we can all eat. This is a major important gem I'm about to drop right now, because this needs to be said. You can have all the good music in the world. You can make the best songs, best beats, be the best producer. You could be #1 in the world, right? But if no one knows you #1 in the world, what does it matter? If nobody hears your music, your great #1 best album that you ever did in your life, if nobody ever hears that shit, then what good does it do you? Somebody answer that question for me. What good does it do you? You gotta have, look, a great song is a great song because somebody pushed that song to be a great song. You got what I'm saying? They had a great team behind them to make that shit platinum. They got that million sale because they had a good $1 million team to push that shit. Let's keep this shit honest. Let's keep it 100. You can have the best music in the world, but if you ain't got a good team to go push it to make everybody else out in the world see it, what good is your motherfucking best song? So if you got good music and you got a good song, get you a team to push that shit. Another thing I want to drop on y'all, another gem I want to drop on y'all is stop trying to sign with labels every single time. All right? Stop it. What you can do is you can sign with an advertisement company. Uh-oh. Did I just drop that shit on y'all? Sign with an advertising company. I'm going to say that one more time. Sign with a motherfucking advertising company, because if you do that, then your name gonna be all over the world, because advertising companies, that's just what they do. What do you think labels do? Man, I can't. Y'all ain't even listening to me, man. Listen, what do you think labels do? They got all these advertising companies dropping them gems on how to do it. That's what they doing. So what's stopping you, the independent, from signing with an advertising agency? You can have a big following. You know what I mean? You want to have your great music. You want everybody to know it. You got to have a good following. That could be your machine. If some of you coming out of college or coming out of your job that you just had, so many people just love you, and you coming out of another big label, coming down to be an independent, whatever the case may be that you're in, man, take that following and have that be your machine. Monetize that bitch. I should make a shirt that say monetize that bitch. You know what I mean? Shit, watch one of y'all steal it. I'm probably still gonna do it anyway. Hope y'all got the copyright up. Anyway, y'all heard it here first. The next thing we're gonna say is promote and market your music. I know that y'all know that promoting and marketing are two different things, right? And if you didn't know that, you know it now. You gotta learn the difference between the two so that you can move forward and understand what you're doing as an independent. Put out more music. Let me just read it. There's no better time than now for us independents to be putting out more music, because later the gatekeepers will be back. And I feel like there'll always be gatekeepers to the gatekeepers to the gatekeepers. But right now, the gatekeepers ain't got a hold of it right now, but they starting to get a hold of it. And when they do, it'll be really hard for you independents out there to do it. I myself an independent. I'm running my own label, 4.0. Label imprint. First, I'm an artist, so I gotta learn this business. Secondly, we got artists under us, so I gotta know the business in order to tell them the business. And you gotta know the business too. You gotta know it. Because guess what? You're going to wind up going to sign something, and then you're going to wind up being shelved. And I don't think you want to be shelved. There's a lot of record companies out there shelving artists, and they putting them under contract just to shelve them. Just to shelve them, just to have them there. They know they hot. They looking for the hot ones, but they still putting you on the shelf. I ain't saying no labels in general. There's billions of labels out there. I'm guessing there's billions, maybe just millions. I don't know. You understand what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. Let me turn my TVs back on so y'all can see my Instagram. Anyway, bottom line is, guys, make sure you know the business. Put more music out. That's very, very, very important. Put more music out. I can't say that enough. Trust me, you want that catalog to be thick. You want it to be thick. You know what I mean? A lot of people ain't gonna tell y'all this stuff, man. And the reason I'm telling y'all this is, man, I'm tired of the complaining. I'm tired of people getting screwed. And man, we just want people to win. You know what I'm saying? We just want people to win. Last thing I'm gonna say is, man, if you're gonna sign something, sign with a smaller independent label. It's still a machine. It's not a big enough machine, but it's a machine. For instance, 4.0 Records, right? We're gonna be probably full blown, stacked up probably by 2021. All we really want and what we about is helping those artists who ain't really got it like that. We making it affordable for y'all. I ain't trying to sell you shit. I'm just telling you the truth of what we do over here at 4.0 Records. You know what I'm saying? We ain't shelving nobody. We trying to let you come out with your own brand. All we doing is we want you to develop your own brand so you can go off and start your own label, your own production company, whatever the case may be. Just understand this. We were for Video 4.0 Productions before we were 4.0 Records. And we will always be Video 4.0 Productions. We will just have 4.0 Records under Video 4.0 Productions. So if you artist out there, you know you in this for the long haul and you really mean business, look, man, just hit me up, man. You need some gems, hit me up. What we do here is we do artist development. You ain't got to sign shit, but we just want to help the artists get above and beyond. You feel me? So we got studio time for you. You know what I mean? We got photo shoots for you. You know what I'm saying? We make videos. We do all of that shit. I'm not even going to sit here and talk to you. That's not what this is about. Go to my website and check that out. I'm going to put that somewhere here so you can check that out. Just go ahead and check that out. But that ain't the basis of this video. The basis of this video is to get you to learn the music business. You feel me? So that you can do your own thing. And even if, and going back to my last point, if you sign with a smaller independent, make sure that they have your best interest at heart. That's what I'm going to leave y'all with. Anybody you work with, make sure they got your best interest at heart. I hope you gained something from this video. I'm really, really sorry that it was lengthy, but it had to be said. I'm Video 4.0. We'll see you guys on the other side. Smooth!